Hi, I'm Joe Slack, and together with Zabilio, we came up with the game Kingdom's Candy Monsters. This is a game in which you play as a villain, trying to control monsters and sending them to the kingdom in order to gain candies. But you have to keep them fed on a steady diet of sugar cubes. Also, watch out for black candies along the way as you build your engine and try to be the best villain. Let's take a closer look at Kingdom's Candy Monsters. In the game, you hunt after monsters, like the adorable Morin Boo, the devious Oni Baba, and the fierce Frostbite. But, as you can see, they're worth points, but also have to be fed. You can also pick up special abilities, like Ponder, Chocolate Rain, and Dungeons and Monsters, to improve your monsters to collect even more candies. But always make sure to have enough sugar cubes handy. You don't want your monsters going hungry. Here's how you play Kingdom's Candy Monsters. First, all players take a starting monster and 5 sugar cubes. They will also be given a sweet cave marker, which indicates how many cubes and how many candies you get each turn, and player reference cards, which indicates what you can do on your turn and the bonuses you can receive. The last player to eat candy is the first player and will receive the first player marker. The goal is to be the villain with the most candies at the end of the game. On your turn, you will collect whatever bonuses you get. All starting monsters gain 2 cubes. So we'll keep that on the tracker so we remember to collect that every turn. So you'll take your 2 cubes, and now you have some options. You can do one of 3 things on your turn. You can buy an ability card by paying the amount of sugar cubes indicated in the top left corner. You can buy a monster, again by paying the top amount of sugar cubes in the top left. Or you can collect sugar cubes. You will get 5 sugar cubes when you take them from the kingdom. After all players have taken their turn, an event card will be revealed. Within this event deck are 4 black candy cards. When one of these is revealed, all players have to feed their monsters, as indicated by the black candy symbol here. In this case, Abnoba would need to be fed 3 sugar cubes if you had this in front of you. If you do not have enough cubes, you must take black sugar cubes to replace them. These are worth -1 point at the end of the game. So let's say, on my turn, I will take my 2 sugar cubes and I will choose to buy something. So I'm going to buy Chocolate Rain for 2 sugar cubes. Now I have a choice. I can either leave the card untucked, I will lose the ability, but I'm going to gain 2 points at the end of the game, and it gives me a green power symbol. So anytime I buy a green monster, it's going to cost me 1 less. So in this case, Abnoba would cost me 4 instead of 5. Or I can tuck the card underneath for 1 point at the end of the game, plus the ability. In this case, every turn I'd get to spend 1 cube and gain 1 candy to give me points. I'm going to choose to tuck that underneath. Now when my next turn comes around, I'm going to gain my 2 sugar cubes, as I always do, and I'm going to spend 1 to collect a candy. Now I've got 6 sugar cubes. I'm going to choose to buy Yugorat, and he costs 3 sugar cubes. So I'm going to pay that to the kingdom. Now I have to keep in mind that whenever black candy comes up, I'm going to have to feed this monster 3 sugar cubes. He's worth 1 point because he's got 1 symbol, and he's also a red monster, which gives me a bonus. When I collect monsters of the same type, I get extra sugar cubes. So for having 2 with the same symbol, I gain 1 sugar cube. So every turn, I'm now going to get 3. So you can see how the engine builds up. Yugorat also has an ability. Whenever you go to collect sugar cubes, he's going to be able to remove up to 3 black cubes. Once I buy a monster, I flip this over. The game continues until all 4 black candy cards have been revealed, at which point everyone will feed their monsters 1 last time and count their points. The villain with the most points at the end of the game wins. And that's how you play Kingdom's Candy Monsters.